NCRP Productions presents Feast of Legends, the Wendy's role-playing game. Order number 13.
Hey everybody, it's Pedro, and welcome to another episode of Feast of Legends. We are going to go ahead and jump into who's here today, starting with you, Mr. Thumbs Up.
Hi there. My name is Mike. I have both of my thumbs up for some reason, and I am playing Elados de l'Arctique, the Order of the Frosty.
Hey gamers, it's me, John, and tonight I am playing Jules Leotard of the Order of the French Fries.
Hi, it's Sequoia, and I'm running Lady Knight Holsteena, Order of the Baconator.
Hey everybody, it's Barry. I am running Cranston Tater, Order of the Baconator Fries.
Hey, and we're back to me, Pedro, the Game Master, or the Dave.
The Dave.
Thank you. Okay, well, just a quick recap of last time. Some things happened. After you guys had defeated the Baconatora, your friend Elados had perished, it seemed. However, through some kind of magics with the freeze, he was risen again. Through what machinations, he will probably find out later. And Lady Knight Holsteena, while that was happening, and Cranston and Jules were absorbed in trying to figure out what's going on with Elados, you made it to town just in time to give the townsfolk a little bit of warning before 12 inquisitorial knights of a different caliber that you have seen show up and begin hot sauce napalming the entire town.
Woof.
You did get to rally the townsfolk to try to fight back. However, though they were able to do some stuff in groups, gathering weapons from the Wendy's tavern there, they were also getting sliced through pretty badly. And luckily for the others, though they were about 20 minutes away, the mysterious old lady Crinkle showed up and led the three heroes away from Lady Knight Holsteena into town through some kind of tree portal magic through the woods. And you all arrived at the town, which nobody knows the name of, into chaos, in which you begin helping. Some of you begin fighting the Inquisition knights there. Cranston, you run off towards the keep to try and help those remaining folk in the town as the town was starting to be firebombed and destroyed, factories blowing up, etc. You end up joining forces with Old Lady Crinkle to free some of the survivors through this portal magic as well. In the end, you all were able to defeat the knights that remained, but unfortunately, the town seemed to be more or less destroyed. And the last of the Inquisition forces that were stationed there, Inquisitor Pine, well, he was a bit overwhelmed and ended up taking a short walk off of a really tall
I fucking
keep.
forgot about that.
And yes, he couldn't take it anymore. At which time you all leave.
Well, he pulled a Toman. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, he was famished. But Terrence Dactyl survived, which I think is the most important thing. Yeah, I survived.
The only important character in this story.
Yeah, and you all went through yet another foresty portal, arriving at this, compared to where you were, really nice glade somewhere in the Fry Forest, where you saw a farm and a playground and, people there. And Old Lady Crinkle revealed herself to be Cranston's sister.
That's right.
Yes. And that is where we are. So you are surrounded by survivors of this with, soot caked on their faces, people, men, women, children crying and kind of just trying to come to terms with what just happened. About 24 people were able to make it out.
That's it?
Yes.
You suck.
Well, my God, I mean, those inquisitorial knights were killing like 9 at a time.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was brutal.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So you four are, standing kind of in front of this crowd as they're all talking, kind of meandering around, looking at their new surroundings, and standing in front of all of you is Old Lady Crinkle. And what do you guys do?
my first question is, geographically, do we know where we are? Like, we've traversed these lands.
No, you don't know the exact location, but you do know you're somewhere in the French Fry Forest still. So you're still north of Freshtovia somewhere.
Do we see, like, the smoke rising up over the trees anywhere?
Yeah, actually, you know what? You would. Down to the southwest.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
far
yes.
off in the distance.
Far off in the distance, yeah.
Far
What do
out.
these digs look like? Or is this an established, built-up little village? Are there structures?
So you see these structures, one of which looks like a replica of the Tater farm. You'll see several other farmhouses. There are people that are working little French fry fields. There's a play place where children are playing.
You'd mentioned that.
Yeah. There's also a little stream going down the center where you'll see people coming to, gather water from for various things. There's also a tree, a fry tree, that's up near the Tater residence that towers over even the other fry trees in this circular glade that, seems to be kind of letting off little sparkles of salt.
Does Wendy's have play places? Like in IRL?
That's a great question.
I don't know either.
I'm going to
I
say
actually
yes,
don't know.
but I think so.
Irrelevant,
but-
ultimately. Alright, I'm looking at Cranston. This is fucking crazy.
Wait, no. I think this is really, actually incredibly relevant. We need to establish whether Wendy's has play
Someone
places.
Google it.
Yeah, Google it, because I'm telling you, as many as I've been to, I
Pull out
don't
your
ever
phone,
remember seeing
iPhone
one.
boy.
Oh, all right, fine.
Burger King, McDonald's, without a doubt, but
I love a ball pit.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
Sorry.
Have the beast
Who
up
was
there.
that?
That was cute. It's fun. I did cut off an intense, emotional, beautiful moment, though. I'm so sorry.
That might just be me assuming that they all did, but I don't know if I've ever seen one, but this
So
one
it's new.
does. Yeah.
gotcha.
Yes.
Anyway, so I looked at Cranston, questioning. How's he feeling about all this?
Is Lady Crinkle still in front of me, or is she
Oh,
moved on?
yeah. No, she's still in front of you. She's just smiling at this point. Like, she just said hi to her brother, and she's waiting to see how you respond. And if you don't say anything, she will walk up to you. But if
I'm near speechless, but
Yeah.
as she comes towards me, Mim, is it really you?
Yes. Now, little brother.
But-
it is.
I saw your grave. They salted the fields. Did anyone else make it out alive?
And you'll see she looks off, but the look that she gives you is that she's processed this. And she says, no, I am was the only Tater still alive.
How did you survive? And I reach forward and grab her and hug her.
And she gives you a hug back, and she says, oh, brother, it's a sad story, but please, perhaps we should go inside and get some food.
Yeah, yes, of course. Where are my manners? Of course.
It's fine. It's a lot.
Yes, please, lead on.
And she'll address the crowd, and she says, everybody, please, I know you've just been through a tragic ordeal. Please, make yourself at home. There is food, there is places to sit and rest. The children, there is places to play. Oh, gee, that sounds great. It's been kind of a rough day. And you'll see like 13 kids go off towards that really
All
solid.
wielding weapons.
Yeah, all wielding weapons. And so she'll just kind of watch, and you see as she looks at the children, she gets, a sad look, but has a bit of a smile on too. She says, please rest if you can. You may, bathe yourself within the river here. There are towels over there on the line.
Is the river filled with water?
Yes, there's running water going through here.
Not some sort of sauce
Or soda?
or grease.
Or
No, this one's
frosty?
water. No.
Okay, this is the water one.
It,
All right.
Of course, would not be frosty.
It could be frosty,
It
so...
would never be frosty.
The condiment fountain is yonder. Yes.
Madam Crinkle, Do you have enough space to hold all these people? I'll say in kind of a whisper, like, how long can you support this many citizens?
Well, it will depend on how many of them wish to stay and work. They will have the option to leave. This is a refuge for those who have been affected by the Inquisition. So please, rest. There's food to gather. We will have a meal soon. And if you have any questions, please talk to the others. They have all been through a similar ordeal to you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'd like to think about the portal that we came through.
Mm-hmm.
Was there like any kind of particulars to it, like the color of it or like the feeling?
What you notice about that, and if you look back, you can see it's a particular way the fry tree has grown. It's like two have grown into one another, or they grew and somehow split, but they form like an arch. And you see the spirals on it that, maybe just kind of look like wood grain at first, fry wood grain. Mm-hmm. But
Yeah,
now you
sure.
can notice that, they're a little bit more intricate than the others.
So, like an educated guess would be that the carvings are what make them portals and the formation of them.
Formation and yes.
So I want to ask her, how did you come across this ability to move through the trees like this?
She will look down, and you'll see that at her side, and she will, also say to Cranston, she'll say, well, that is also part of the answer to how I survived. She will say, well, that is because of Graylin here. And she'll point down, and you'll see ruffle the, mossy kind of fur of the Pang next to her, who just kind of lets out
And
a
again,
tongue.
it's green, not blue.
Yes, which are the color of the traditional Fry Forest Pangs. This is not
They
something
are all
new to you.
Or green.
They're all green normally. The
Okay.
ice one you saw was different.
Are blue pangs bad and green pangs natural?
Green Pangs are natural, but normally if you see them, they will
They're
try
also
to
bad.
they will try to
Okay.
eat you. Yeah.
We have slain many green pangs.
Yes. Cutting back to
Back in the day.
back in the day, you all actually defeated a beast that was called Hunger with a capital H, that was kind of spreading hunger through the Fry Forest itself, defeating many of its Pang underlings. This is new to you. You've never seen one that's tame. And so she'll say, yes, thanks to Graylin here, I was able to survive. But please, let's go. And as she walks forward, she'll just kind of, describe, tell you about what's around. She'll, over there, Cranston, I'm sure you can see that I've kept the family farming practices alive.
I see the barn, the free fry bins for processing. At some point, we're going to have to discuss the crinkles, but
Yes, that is,
it looks. How did you survive? You say this creature, but how? We saw the fields, they were salted. We saw the gravestones. I saw yours.
I put them there. Nobody, once people found out that we were, and she'll put her fingers up, in cahoots with the Freeze, they would not speak the name Tater.
But we wouldn't. We never were. It took our parents.
And we weren't. We can thank Papa's Spuds for that.
We've been dealing with his kin. Right before here, we were dealing with his kin. You will have to explain to me what happened. We shall get revenge.
And so as she says, we will speak of what is to come next.
You must tell me what happened to everyone. Talbot, Kellen. I need to know. I need to understand what happened while we were gone.
She'll say, and she'll look. There are people kind of meandering past, and she's passing people that clearly are established here, and they're, waving, and she's, shaking their hand, running her hand through a child's hair that runs by. She says, Cranston, let us get inside the house. These people need to see you strong.
And I will push myself back up into full knightly stance. Hands at my side, and I will try to hold my face still.
And you enter into the new Tater household, and floodings of memories of you and your siblings running through the house come flashing back because it is built exactly the same.
And this is the point at which that smell infects me again. The smell of fresh fries being cut, being cooked, being stacked.
And she'll close the door behind you all, and there's a few people meandering through the house, and she'll say, could you all please give us the house? Thank you. And they'll say, oh, yes, Miss Crinkle, no problem. And they'll all, walk out as happy as they can be. Everybody you're seeing, though, while they have smiles on, in their eyes you can see a sadness or something that,
Like a loss? Everybody
yes,
has some
everybody
form
has
of
a
loss.
loss. Thank you. And she'll take you to your, the table that you remember. It's of, a fry wood. It's same shape, but maybe a newer fry wood. And so she'll sit, and
The hues are incredible. The yellows and the golds, they're just like the table from home.
Going into her little kitchenette, she takes out some fries and brings them over to you all.
Are they crinkle cut?
These ones are not.
Okay.
And she'll lay them on the table. And she says, I have a pretty good memory. They are some of the, last happier ones.
Where did you find the wood? This is heartwood. These trees, Papa cut the trees himself. Grandfather had grown them. How did you get the wood to match so well? And the room, everything. Not so much the pictures anymore, but everything else is... I'm sorry, my friends.
Do not be sorry, Cranston.
A great evil was done to your family. You are not wrong for feeling those feelings.
No, but...
Come on, buddy. Four for four, right?
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Mim, please. These are the four, including myself. Tell us what happened. Tell us everything you know. How you made it here. How the house was built.
It is strange seeing you all again after so long. You look just the same as when I was younger.
How old was she when we last saw her?
She was 13. So, a young lady. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, she says, that night, the night of the destruction of our family, I was out near the greasy glade. I happened to go a little farther into the woods. You remember me. I'd like
was
to
your
explore.
favorite place? We often found you there when things were difficult.
Yes. After your disappearance, dealing with the ice jester, I was out there, collecting my thoughts, and when I heard somebody sneaking through the woods.
I get up from where I'm standing, or from where I'm sitting. I walk over, kneel next to her, and put both of my hands on her right hand, and squeeze and hold.
Thank you, brother. When I went to look, by the time I got there, I saw a man, a portly man in a cloak, hidden face, and he was placing something into the ground, some kind of contraption, something that we'd been warned about. It looked like one of the Order of the Frosties' mechanisms.
In the glade, or on our farm?
It was outside of the glade, near it. He did something with it, said some words, turned some dials, and when the machine activated, it cracked the earth, and I felt the air around me chill. And that's when we began to move away from it rapidly. The air blowing off of it, the cold air, whisked the cloak up, and I saw him, Papa Spuds, the man that, that we would have to deal with here or there, who wanted to buy our land, who who Father would speak of when we were younger.
Pappas, who's now apparently one of the Council of Five. He's the council leader of income. The same.
Yes, the one who.
So it is the brother and not the father.
Papa's the dad.
So then it is their father, exactly as we had expected. Come on, guys, work with me here.
Yes.
Hold on, I'll start that again.
No, leave it all.
Yeah, you have to leave that all in.
So it was his daughter.
So it was his third cousin twice removed.
Fine, just go forward.
It was Elados the whole time.
No, it was not me.
In the library with a
Your mask off,
candlestick.
Papa's puzzle.
I am Papa Spuds.
I am the very papa you fear.
I have a quick question.
You may call me Daddy.
Thank you, Daddy. So, I do have a question. Reflecting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So not like a verbal question to lay out for Mim. Based on the description of this person, right? 50 years have passed since this event. Do I have any idea that this is like an abnormal aging situation? Does
Ooh,
it seem
great
like
question.
he would? Yeah. Is there any chance that he's used?
Because he should be
freezing?
totally
Yes.
dead.
He should be way older, right? But maybe he's
Is
just old.
this meant to happen, or is this plot hole?
Yes, it depends how you look at it, but it would be an age that would be rarely seen outside of like Queen Wendy.
However,
who
possibly the
you-
cryogenic effects of the device might have held him in check.
Just something that I'm reflecting on.
It
as
is
Jules.
abnormal to you
Okay,
that he
cool.
would be that old and still around.
Still be
yes.
like serving
Papa
on
Spuds
the
was
council.
much younger than my parents, but
Yes. And so she will say, yes, he ran and the contaminated pangs arose.
they always had designs on our farm. They constantly tried with their inferior works, grooming early and harvesting quickly. And
But how powerful was this man? Was he at the root of this? Just recruiting technology from the Order of the Frosty in order to sabotage your farm?
I don't, and I look right at Elados.
We would not have sold such technology to somebody with such dark designs.
It seems like, yeah.
I don't
like small
question
potatoes.
you. I hope you understand this, but
Your sister was saved by the freeze. I would hope by now you can trust me.
There's another. They destroyed the order. Who's to say when they took the devices?
that is a consideration. And my other thought was you would not. But could you envision someone within the order, somebody who was either an outlier or possibly somebody who had an axe to grind, as it were, would possibly have given someone in an organization the ability to start to destroy Wendy and her kingdom?
There
You would
are-
start with the Fries and the Frosty.
There are only two people that I can think of. Their names are Van, Ila, and Zenderi.
I know those names.
Yeah,
You've
they
spoken
are
them often. Do you
absolute
mean?
rude
Are you
jerks.
suggesting the thruple?
Well, they're not,
They are just cold-hearted enough to have done this.
and they're not a throuple at this point in time.
I apologize
Stop
a lot.
reminding everyone.
There's some sort of perverted, like, two-person throuple.
Yeah.
This is, yes,
Disgusting.
a two-person throuple.
Elados, this was not meant as an attack on you. I apologize.
Of course,
Yes,
of course.
the other two.
Jules, just to let you know, something brushes against your leg.
Ew.
It's
Sorry.
Quinlan, the
Oh.
Pang. And he's just kind of brushing against your leg, kind of looking up at you. Very cute like.
I have an affinity for animals, and this thing is showing me some sort of affection. I'm also nice.
You're also from Knackle.
I'm also from
and you might
Knackle.
sweat a lot.
And I might I'm
Producing
covered
salt.
in salt.
You're like a salt lick of a
I'm
man.
going to,
That's what I was getting.
I definitely have really sweaty hands,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna lean down. I'm gonna go down onto one knee. I gotta get on eye level with the animal so that we feel comfortable together, and I'll put my hands in front of it so I can lick the salt from my palms.
And doing that, Grayland will look and sniff your hand hands, and you'll see a brightness come to its eyes, and it begins licking your hands very ferociously.
Ew.
And you'll see, you'll feel the salt coming off of your hands.
Do not do that. He has not washed his hands in forever.
Well, now I have washed my hands.
I have seen in the wild what pangs will lick. I don't think there's a problem.
What are you talking about?
Yes, Cranston.
Can we return to the point?
It looks like Graylin has taken a liking to you.
He's a good boy. He's a cute.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna pet this pang and try to bond with it.
Yeah, the pang seems to be taking a liking to
What
you.
animal is a pang most similar to?
I want you to imagine like the size of a how would I put like a little bit bigger than a border collie,
Okay.
but it's got like green furred ridges along its back. Its teeth are very sharp and razor-like. It's got a long tongue. It's got 4 eyes along its side of its head, and yeah, it's kind of got a smell of moss about it.
It's so cute.
So it's canine.
Yeah, it's canine-like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
More canine-like than anything
Feline?
else. Yeah, than feline.
I get distracted from Mim's tragic tale and would like to ask her a little bit about the pang, whose name escapes me.
Graylin.
It's gray.
No, it's green.
It's Greenland.
If you'd like to know,
It's Greenland.
Grayland is spelled Grelin.
I think we should just call it the color it is, because I'm going to get confused otherwise.
Green Sing, you are very cute.
It looks up at you and nods.
How intelligent are these beasts?
Well,
We don't know because we've killed them.
they're far more in.
We don't talk
Yeah.
to them.
She laughs and says, "Well, yes. The tragedy of that is that in our time, that really was our only way to deal with them.
They were a blight.
They were ravenous.
Even before the frost.
Have you befriended other pangs, Mim? Have you found a way to sate their hunger?
Yes, it's unfortunate, but rather than studying them or even just feeding them, because we did know that the pangs were always voracious and tried to eat as much of, our people as they could. Once they are satiated, which can be done by just feeding them, they actually become quite...
Mim, what are you saying? You feed them the people of the land?
People?
And she looks at you and leans forward and says, French fries.
Oh.
They eat? They eat our fries? They eat?
Yes.
Very spectacular teeth for a French fry eater.
Yes. Well, they eat many other things, but they can be satiated with enough French fries.
They are omnivores.
Yes.
It's incredibly embarrassing that we never thought about just feeding the...
There was never a chance to consider it. I mean...
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I've suggested it multiple times, but everyone just started yelling at me, so...
I'm sorry, Elados, I don't remember that.
Just
but
yelling
if
"eat
you
cold
did,
steel" does not... It's not the same as suggesting to feed them. Or eat this.
Mim, we've
Eat it.
come off
Eat
the
it.
point. Please continue. What happened? So this one here, this Graylin, are you
Greenland?
saying that pang is 50 years old?
Yes. This one has stayed with me.
It looks the same age as all that we've ever run into. How old are they?
What's the life cycle of a pang?
We don't know.
All right. So the life cycle of a pang starts at an unknown time. I'm not going to give you the lifestyle of a pang. If you ask her about that, she will tell you. Would you like...
Can I roll intelligence?
I want to know, are they larval at some point? I don't know why I thought that, but that's what I think that they are. I think they come out of a tube.
Do they lay eggs? What does it look like when they kiss?
Oh, no, that's not where I was going.
I know where you were going.
I don't think dogs kiss.
Jules,
Yes.
They're not
Jules, please.
I'm so sorry.
Mim,
This is an eye conversation.
Yeah.
We would never be so crass as to say this out loud.
It's all done through eyebrows.
We are arguing about dogs kissing.
I just just think dogs kiss. They love each other.
They don't kiss.
Okay.
Mim,
Sorry, man.
Wait.
We're eyebrows.
so you were saved by this Graylin. You were saved by Graylin.
Yes.
Then what?
So what happened?
Didn't you warn our brothers about seeing Papas?
After I saw Papas, I ran towards the house. Unfortunately, by the time I got there, so had the Inquisition.
Did this occur before the fall of the Frosty Nation?
No. After your
I would never have
disappearance-
allowed it to happen. They had to have done it once we were gone.
After the defeat of the Ice Jester, there was a unfortunate time of famine. The Tater family supplied, as we always did, as much fries as we could, but even we were hit by a hard time. The freeze affected us all. You defeated the Ice Jester, that
We
much
did.
was certain. Some effects lingered. We don't really know, and I haven't had a chance to study it, but it seemed that the freeze would... It seemed at first the freeze would pop up randomly. When I got to the home, the Inquisition had begun the destruction of our land. It seemed strange that they had shown up just as Papa Spuds had done whatever he had done, as if it was planned. While seeing the destruction and the murder of our brothers in front of me, the only thing I could think of was to run into the forest.
I'm glad you did. I really am.
Yes,
And I squeeze her hand again.
Oh. We know that the commanding officer of the Inquisition was a Spuds himself. So definitely, it's clear some sort of treachery.
And then to pad their pockets, they started buying up all the outlying farms. I'm certain you know this, Mim, but we've learned that all the farms have now gone to the Spuds ideals. We actually encountered one of the farms ourselves and were able to, at least for a short time, convert them back to the old ways, to allow the workers time to relax and allow the fries a chance to grow, to mature, not be cut green.
It was of noble intent what you've done.
But it was ignorant. We've been ignorant.
And you...
There's a greater problem here.
You four have not been the first to try unionization. They have been stomped out before during the Inquisition. It seemed that every time the people would gather and attempt to bring about better conditions, the freeze would appear. Or so that's what people have been told.
Are you saying that they took the inventions of my people, slaughtered them, and then used them to promote their evil causes?
What I do know is that after the destruction of the Order of the Frosty, there were tales of your Order's machines appearing here or there. They were a tale of caution for the people.
But we were trying to help. We were trying to make it so that we could move food farther.
Mim, the Frosty Cistern, Wendy's own palace. Do you know when that dried up and how? That was one of the first things we saw when we entered the palace grounds.
I was not there to witness it.
But what have you heard?
I have heard tale from those that I have helped over the years that shortly after the Inquisition, it was Wendy herself who melted the Frosty Cistern.
Cannot be.
Under the influence of who?
That would be the only way.
She loved a Frosty.
I don't know what changed. What I do know is that after the famines and the reconstruction, I'm sorry, but the records, the history books, there's nothing written any longer of the Order of the Frosty. You would need to find a way to find out yourself. further, there hasn't been a way for people to get to the Frosty Fields. I'm not sure if you've seen the wall.
I stand up from where I am with her. I walk over to Elados. I put my hand on your shoulder. My friend, we shall undertake going and finding what happened to the Order. We shall cross the field.
Let us bring down this wall.
I think it's clear that we won't succeed going through the main populaces.
No,
I think
in fact, we may create bigger problems by doing such.
we need more information.
Are you all suggesting using the freeze now?
What I'm suggesting is going to our institute. What do you call it? The Frosty Institute.
You do remember where your your base is. She says, I could help you get beyond the wall. Making it back will be up to you. I can use my the fry portals to be able to help you there.
Mim, how have you stayed untouched and hidden through all of this? When I came in, I saw the smoke. You're close to everything that's going on. And with the way that the spuds have been cutting the forest and simply growing inferior fry brush, how have you survived? How have they not found you and destroyed this place?
Thanks to the pangs, I was able to find this glade. And thanks to the tree beyond, I'm sure you saw it next to the house.
The one with the split.
The great one next to one, the one that towers.
Yes?
Is able to create a greasy veil that has helped us to be able to stay hidden. Further, we are far into the forest, but you are correct that the spuds have expanded over the years, and if they continue to expand, they may one day find the glade and I will have to move. But for now, it's a refuge for those affected by...
I vow, and I take my hand off of Elados' shoulder, I vow now and here, my friends, that shall not happen. But my concern is this. I fear, and I look at Lady Knight Holsteena, that we may have to go against Wendy herself.
We're not there yet. We can't make that decision. We need more information, and I think it's obvious to everyone that the Financial Council is tricking Wendy. She would never do this.
I can't believe that she would.
She wouldn't.
But
she wouldn't, Cranston.
This is 5 people against the 4 of us.
It
That's
is
one
5
more.
people against Wendy.
But do not forget
We stand with
that
her.
we also have Terrence.
Hey, I'm still here! Yeah, I came in with you guys. I've just been sitting here.
Hey, Terrence.
Hey!
I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
Terrence, please come away from the door and have a seat.
Oh, thank you.
You've been brought in.
No one actually offered me a seat.
How's some of these French fries? They're great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Are you okay? Have you been okay during this whole thing?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm really checked out. I learned really early how to kind of push things down. It's helped me get through a lot.
I've noticed your eyes, they just glaze over sometimes.
This is good, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a healthy coping mechanism.
Also, I should mention now that I'm talking, Old Lady Crinkle, I'm sorry that we tried to kill you so many times. she looks and she says, yes, Terrence, was it? I accept your apology. I will say that just by the grace of you being with my brother and the heroes that you are standing here. Otherwise, I would not allow the Inquisition within to this glade.
And I stare at Terrence and with my hand make the motion to sit.
He's just following your hand. He says, "Oh, okay, I think I get it." And he just sits on the ground.
You must understand.
Please take a
that
chair, it's Terrence.
Oh, okay.
Terrence was only following orders.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my life I feel like has gotten a little bit better. It was kind of sad what happened to my old captain, but This seems like promising. I mean, this seems better than the Inquisition.
Mim, I can tell you this. Everyone that we have come across, where we have questioned what's going on, agrees with us that things have changed and not for the better. Things are no longer fresh in Freshtovia. We need to bring this back. We must...
Stop on your campaign of freshness. The freeze is what saved your sister. Shut the fuck up.
This guy loves
And understand what is happening.
Fresh, never frozen can't be a lie.
But what is the frosty then? It's the tenement.
It's not
tenement?
frozen.
Tenant?
It's
Tenement?
something in between. Help me, Elados. Help me understand. It
No,
is something
it is
in between.
frozen.
It is not. Frozen is solid. The frosty is not. You could not dip fries into something frozen.
Is snow not frozen?
It must start as frozen.
And the ice cubes have always been accepted as a component of Wendy's delicious.
But they're not of
beverages,
the
right?
freeze.
Ice cubes? Yes,
They are not of the freeze.
Yes, they are. That is what the freeze is.
There has always been questions within the dogma of fresh, never frozen.
It seems always those who cling to dogmatic statements of right and wrong, you're opening yourself up to corruption.
I stand up
to
very
evil.
straight. Jules, what are you saying?
The world has changed in our absence, Cranston, and maybe we need to change with it.
To embrace the freeze?
If it's what is required to set things right once again.
The freeze is what saved your life back with the Freshinator.
The
Baconatorium.
Baconatora.
Without Elados' gift, you would have been dead.
I cannot refute that. You are right.
I think that there's just, as Jules said, there's more to it now. The pangs alone, we were certain that death was the only answer to the pangs.
And even what we see, these evil outcomes of the freeze, are perversions of that power itself. The freeze, when used for good, gives us delicious treats.
Ice
like
isn't
a
evil,
Frosty.
people are.
Ice doesn't kill people. But icicles, if you're standing under them looking up,
It's the perfect murder.
they'll
Side note.
kill you. Yeah, absolutely.
I look at Elados and back at Jules. I think you are right, Jules. I shall try and hinder my thinking.
Believe you me, it's not easy for me either to accept that the freeze may be an integral part of this plane of existence. It's frustrating. I don't like to have to go back and rethink the old ways.
Your town's
They kept me
efforts
safe.
were directly applied to removing ice or making it safer to walk on.
Absolutely.
Well, and increasing the quality of flavor for things like our fries.
We can
And-
all accept that salt
and the
is
burgers.
the cornerstone of all of Wendy's meals. But
the difference between a salt crystal and a snowflake is simply the temperature.
beautifully said.
I'm not sure this
Beautifully
is true.
said. Have you never I've never built a salt man. Do you want to build a salt man?
I don't know if you can do that.
You do have fond memories of salt crystal fights amongst the kids.
Oh yeah, a lot of blind kids. But you don't need to be able to see to work in the mine.
Compacting the salt crystals
in there
into a ball of salt and salt angels and all of that.
I understand physics.
Yeah.
And so she will say, even myself, at the core, hear that, and my mind says that is blasphemous.
It
but
makes you shiver, as it does all of us.
I will also say that you will be hard pressed to get the people to believe you. They still fear the freeze, whether
More than
for-
50 years. All right, my friend Elados, I am behind you. The freeze may be the answer. I shall follow your lead.
Didn't expect that, did you?
Absolutely not.
I do not take this step lightly, but Mim is right. Lady Knight Holsteena is right as well.
Jules, you'll now feel like something else brush against your leg, and you'll look. There's now a second pang, a little bit smaller than that one, right next to you.
I'm gonna get these things to kiss Lady Night Holsteena, and I'll prove you wrong. I
just
say
start
with my
strangling
eyebrows.
Jules with my eyebrows.
And yeah, that one also, the Graylin looks over and looks at you and looks at the other pang
I
and looks
pull
at your
some
hand.
salt out of my pockets and I rub it on my hands and I
That's
let
an
them look.
excellent weapon you should be using.
Yes, pocket salt.
Why haven't you been using that?
I saved this for when I encounter animals.
Oh.
I love animals.
Yeah.
And animals love salt. Ergo,
The new pang seems to really enjoy it.
This
Ew.
is incredible. I as I'm having a couple of monsters lick my hands clean, I say,
Graylin starts growling and nudges to both hands and tries to nudge the little one
I
away.
turn to the party and I say, honestly, seeing all these people dogmatically hold to these beliefs which we find distasteful and call our actions heresy is making me think that the things that we thought were heresy and fought against so hard, like even the concept of freezing things, maybe those were incorrect beliefs to hold. And listen, I love Wendy as much as the next guy. More, in fact.
Hail Wendy.
Hail Wendy.
Hail Wendy.
But if she is wrong, then she is wrong.
And we don't have to convince the legions of people who believe in this to change their mind. We only have to change hers.
The people still do love Wendy. They still trust Wendy.
They remember her from being a young princess when Dave ruled.
Hail Dave.
Hail Dave.
Ooh.
Dave is not spoke of amongst the people as much these days.
This is a sadness. Many of his sayings are dogma. They're what we learned in school.
Could you please recite one for us to
It's at least like 70% of what you say.
It is, because this is what we learn. Dave always says, if you're at Wendy's,
you
you chose wisely. See? You know it. You know these. Dave can't be forgotten as well.
Is Dave like God in this metaphor, and then Wendy's Jesus?
Dave is like God, not in the metaphor, but in reality.
Just
The
in
founder of
reality,
Wendy's.
yes.
is like God.
Yeah, I mean, the people in your time, he was the king before Wendy. You guys were not around during the time of Dave, but he was thought of as like a god king.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know who like Queen Elizabeth's father was off the top of my head.
Dave is like Odin.
No,
then-
Xerxes.
And
He's like Xerxes.
Dave is
David
like
Xerxes.
Xerxes.
Yep.
Ronald McDonald is like Loki. The Taco Bell is like.
It's a
We haven't
dog.
discussed Taco
like a-
Bell. Leave
oh,
Taco
yeah.
Bell out of this.
Sorry. Hephaestus.
Our path.
Oh my god!
Okay, nice.
What did I miss?
I
Fiesta.
remembered one. Hephaestus.
Oh, okay. Who's he connecting Hephaestus to?
Taco Bell.
Taco
It's
Bell,
like
like
a fiesta.
Hefe.
Oh, and Hefe works too.
Live Moss.
Live.
Please, Mim, continue.
Oh yeah, sorry, man. This was all sent
yes,
through eyebrows.
sorry,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
We all did. We all
Eyebrows.
were
This was
waving
an eyebrow
eyebrows.
That's why I keep
conversation.
asking questions, because I'm not in the eyebrow thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I just noticed you have no eyebrows.
Yes, they were burned off in fry fire.
That's why Cranston always has to speak verbally.
No shit. Wow. Okay.
Speak verbally.
Okay.
Yes, that's what I think.
Mim, I do
Yeah,
not
sticking
speak
to
with
it.
what I don't
I
have.
get what you're
Ocularly.
saying, Yes.
Well, I don't have them to speak with. And sometimes I do feel left out, my friends.
We could maybe go over and draw some eyebrows.
Yes. We take some ketchup.
No, we have to
Draw
draw one like
eyebrows.
this and one like this.
Yes, we
So
do.
he's always
And I look
quiz
surprised all the fucking time now.
Oh, I have not seen such whimsy in a long time.
We try to keep it light, Mim. Like, honestly, we're surrounded by death and terrible things.
Often at our own hands.
Often.
You'll see Graylin's ears kind of perk up
Aw.
and looks towards the front door, and then looks towards Mim, and then Mim just kind of nods, and then Graylin goes out like a side door that's open.
What does the little one do?
What well is it going?
So you don't know where it's going. It's going outside.
Goes out the side door, stands up.
The little
opens
one's
the door.
actually staying near you and is curled up by your foot.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
Is it?
And so Mim looks at you if you ask, and she says, "Oh, I don't know. He must have heard something going on outside."
It may need to use the outside restroom.
Is the outhouse?
Yes.
Or just the outside.
It may not use an outhouse.
The outside.
It does not have thumbs.
As far as you know.
I saw it go through the door.
Yeah.
Wait, do these things have thumbs?
No, they don't have.
No thumbs.
No, no
All right,
thumbs.
Mim,
Yes.
is that mighty tree out there also the source of this ability for creating these portals which you've used to save us and hasten our journey through the Fry Forest?
And so she takes a moment and says, "It is a part of it, yes. Along with befriending the Pangs, I did also learn of a few tricks that helped me survive, to help me get through the more hungrier times."
I'm having a slight crisis here internally, realizing that there's this whole natural world that even as when we were adventurers and heroes in the past, we sort of attempted to conquer rather than understand. Even
Colonize
as Wendy's
even.
doing, colonize even. And so I'm struggling with that, and I express it by flicking my eyebrows up and down.
You mock me, Jules.
You have eyebrows now. They are made of ketchup.
Yes, brother, you're still quite surprised.
Yeah,
it
well,
seems.
it's running into my eyes.
It's and I also say out loud, it's very frustrating that we lived amongst all this wonder and this power that was never harnessed for good, and we stood opposed to it for so long.
The question often came up in the academy, where's the beef? And I think that's apropos now.
Yes.
I
Truly is.
I think that perhaps there are many aspects of our life that are not serving our people the way that we thought they were.
And the people today they don't have time for that. The schooling of the children. You remember how important that was to Wendy,
I
to
do.
Dave.
I do. We
How
all
it's
must.
through Zoom.
After the Inquisition, we were told that everybody needed to do their part to keep food on the table, and the children needed to work. They did not get the schooling that they do now.
How young do they start the children working? We did see young people in the fields.
This is true.
Did you see the children with all the weapons walking by?
Of course.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they
They're
were.
very loud and
they
ever
were-
present.
And adorable.
Well,
Yes.
They are quite adorable.
They were functional too.
And functional.
Once,
They were
all
doing
you can
stuff.
ask for.
once you become functional, you need to do your part.
Sort of a nebulous age, then.
Yes.
Even before puberty.
Some grow
Sometimes.
at a quicker rate than others.
Just like French fries.
Yes, just like French fries.
French fries.
But like French fries,
They are delicious.
if they are brought green, they don't have a chance to mature
Well said.
naturally.
Probably like tomatoes, which was your thing, right, Lady Night Holsteena?
Right. They should be made of sunshine and not chemicals.
Yes, exactly.
But I think, friends, that now is the time for action. Our personal struggles and our crises of consciences, our crises of consciences must wait. We need to get to the bottom of this icy mystery.
Does that mean we cross into the freeze together now as the four? Terrence.
I'm here too.
The five.
No,
It's the four
he has not earned.
and Terrence.
The four and Terrence.
He's an auxiliary member at
Look,
best.
he's holding the bags.
He's not even an auxiliary. Those aren't our bags.
Lady Night.
I don't know. I saw them on the way out of town.
I still have my backpack on. And Terrence here takes this, puts those down.
Oh, okay. I mean,
We
that's
brought a
fine.
thief with us.
Lady Night, may I suggest Terrence may be a squire.
Not to me, he's not.
We kind of promised Terrence would be working with Elados mostly. he would be mentoring him.
Then
here's the
a
thing.
novitiate?
If Terrence can't come with us, this is fine.
Oh,
I'm not certain that
I'm gonna
he
put
wishes
my
to
hand-
go where we should go.
Like on the side, so Terrence can see my mouth, and I'm gonna say, "You're gonna tell him that now."
You see Terrence is just kind of like looking off into space.
He
He
laughs over.
abandoned his
Really
post for
against
you.
taking Terrence with us.
you promised you would feed him.
That's very
take
unkind
him
of
on
you.
walks.
And look, he is
Always
fine.
do this.
He would
Yeah.
be safer
Always
here, and
do
he
this.
could-
I would leave him with the sister.
She doesn't
Mim
want him.
could absolutely use another set of
Mim,
hands here.
could you use another set of hands? Terrence is,
Handy.
I mean, he has 2 hands.
And they're quite extraordinary.
No,
If you remember, he's got the webbed hand.
I did not remember that.
Web
That's
hand.
He says,
disgusting.
"Yeah, I can hold like water real good."
He has pterodactyly, yeah.
And he says, "She,
You know, his
Mim will-
mustache and his mullet just really make him a commodity.
Mim will look at you all and say, "Well, if he is not going to go with you, he can certainly stay."
I'm putting
I
my
can-
foot down. You cannot cast off another stray because you got bored of it.
I'm
You
not
said
bored
you
of it.
wanted
You
to
don't
keep
want to bring
Terrence.
him along.
No, you said you're taking Terrence. You have to take him.
Terrence,
Yeah?
you are not part of the 4 apparently, but you must come with us. I thought that this might be like a safe place for you to
He's
hang out.
your responsibility.
Okay, you're coming with us.
That's okay if I'm not part of the 4. I mean, you guys are enemies of the state, so that would make me an enemy of the state too.
No, according to Lady Knight Holsteena, you must come with us.
Lady Knight, I must ask, if he was here, he would not be risking his life
Cranston,
with us.
stop arguing.
If we let
He's
him get
coming
away
with
with
us,
this
apparently.
every time, he'll never stop doing this.
Yeah. Do you remember Peter? Peter Pickle?
That
I
was
do remember
terrible.
Yeah, I
You left him in a
Peter.
canyon.
Yeah, you literally pushed him off a cliff.
Hard cut back 40 years to a canyon. Nope. Oh boy, I'm Peter Pickle. Why'd you want me to come to this cliff?
Hey, Peter, look, if you look at the bottom of the canyon, you will see that there is a zebra down there.
All right, let me take these rocks you told me to hold and go over to the side of this.
And I kicked the shit out of it.
Oh no! Cut back to everybody remembering
Yeah.
Peter.
Okay, well, look.
I think I remember a Peter Pickle for a moment. Did you bring him over to dinner once?
Look, he might have come to dinner a couple times. Maybe he didn't. The point
It was a
is
dark
that
time for Elados.
he started chasing zebras.
There was never zebras. That is not okay.
He believes there were zebras.
I'm not even sure what a zebra is.
That's probably why he was so interested.
It
in
was
finding one.
Elados told us that it was a horse-like creature that was striped, black,
It's
and
a
white,
stripy
and black,
horse.
and
It was
white,
like a
and
swirl,
black,
It's like a
and white.
Yeah, it's like a frosty horse,
Oh.
swirled with
Yeah.
chocolate and vanilla.
Well, that sounds neat.
I'm
I
gonna
hope I
reach-
see a zebra one day.
I have a feeling you might get shown some zebras, Terrence.
We might just find some Terrence.
I'm gonna reach down and pick up Terrence by his neck, like a scruff of his neck.
Okay, yeah. Oh.
And I'm gonna set him next to Elados, and I'm gonna say, "You feed him, you walk him. He's your responsibility."
Are you hungry?
Well, yeah. Actually, those fries look pretty good.
Okay, here's some fries. Do you need to poo?
No. Well,
Okay.
I kind of do now that you mention it. Actually.
I'm going to take Terrence on a walk. I will be back later. And I leave for 20 minutes.
Okay, so you'll head outside. Now,
Mim, may I ask you, in the glade here, is there a crevasse or canyon?
she'll look at you and say, I mean, the closest to that would be a well, but
I don't believe there's any chance there could be zebras in a well. I think we're safe.
Mim,
yes.
we
The pang now,
Yeah.
like
The little
kind
one?
of, yeah, a little one kind of like hops up like and puts his front 2 paws on your leg, like
can
they
I
want.
pick this pang up?
Yeah.
I pick this pang up.
It's like the size of a little bit bigger than a corgi.
Aww.
Oh.
Aww.
Yeah.
Does it have little legs?
It does.
Oh.
And just to let you know, the muscle is kind of front loaded, so it's definitely bigger on the front than the back.
Does it have a square butt? Sorry, I'm not here.
So it scrambles up onto you.
This pang is actually pretty cute, and I'm endeared to it.
And so just say, that one seems to be taking a liking to you.
Mim, friends, am I supposed to take this thing with us? Should we?
I believe it is up to you. Elados has a pet.
We could get Terrence to look after this. No.
You can't let a dog look after another dog.
I will say though that the way this thing is behaving is making me feel really terrible about all the ones that we harmed.
Then
It looks up at you with a really cute little
I would
face.
never do that to you, Boosha Boosha.
Then let this beast be a symbol of the new Freshovia we're building, where we don't just slaughter mercilessly.
Mim, we gotta make a change.
Take a chance.
Take a chance. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on all of us. Can you get us across the wall, as you'd mentioned?
Yes, I can get you across it. But you'll have to find your way back. The wall was built to prevent anybody to go through, and to prevent the freeze from coming through.
We've never shied away from a challenge.
No, our path forward is clear. We go across the wall, we find out what happened to the Order of the Frosty, and then we change Wendy's mind.
And if we find those jerks that broke our friend Elados' heart,
We'll beat them up really bad.
we'll harm them.
Yeah,
with our weapons.
maybe kill them. We'll see how.
We'll make them so freaking hungry.
We'll let him decide in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
My
start.
friends, another one of Dave's sayings comes to me at this point, but with change.
Oh,
It's better here, and we will make it better again.
Beautifully said.
excellent.
It is truly good to have you back, brother.
Mim, you don't understand how much it lightens my heart to know that you are alive. Now, about those crinkle fries.
And yeah, so she waves her hand, and you guys begin eating outside, though. Elados, so you're taking Terrence, so you go outside. There's somebody that's, kind of walking by. You're able to...
I am standing, looking very bored, while Terrence sniffs a tree.
Yeah, so Terrence is, looking around, and is like, I guess this is as good a place. It's not like an outhouse. I guess I could just go behind this tree. That's totally fine. It's not the first time, and it won't be the last. Oh, boy. And so he kind of ducks behind a tree. However, you, in your boredom, you look off into the distance, and over near the play place, you see a congregation of people. You also see that it looks a bit tense. It's all of the people that just came from the town. And you actually hear a rumbling of raised voices. What do you do?
Terrence, finish your business and pick it up, and I throw him a small roll of plastic bags, and I'm gonna run over toward that.
So he says, I don't know why, but okay. So as you go over towards that, you will see that Graylin the Pang comes running up towards you, but it's gonna go past you towards the house. He looks concerned.
Is anything happening at the play place?
Yeah, so you'll see...
I thought you were asking Kraylin.
So you'll see the play place itself.
No, I'm asking Dave.
There are children still kind of playing on it, kind of devoid of paying attention to what the adults are doing. You'll even see the 13 brothers and sisters that you know well enough all kind of playing off in the side. They seem to be kind of incorporating their weapons into it. They look like they don't really know how to play quite right. They're showing some of the other children their weapons.
Let's put those away. Let's play games like tag or cops and robbers or stuff like this. I will take all of these forks and sporks and spoons and stuff.
We were just showing them how to play Inquisition, but okay.
Oh no, we are not going to play that game here.
Oh, all right. Well, then they can show us how to play.
They have different games that you can play.
And after you kind of take those and toss them off to the side or whatever you do, you focus back onto the crowd, which seems to have several raised voices, one of which is saying, I saw him, he consorted with the Freeze, it was one of them. And then you'll see the entire crowd stop and look to you and say, him, he did it, he wielded the Freeze.
Of course
And
I did.
everybody kind of everybody turned and backed up. And then you said that, and they all back up and start murmuring to one another.
Look, each one of you has been corrupted. You've each been told that the Freeze is so bad. But do you not know about the Frosty? I understand that it has been a long time, but the Frosty was a part of the menu.
The Frosty's heresy. Yeah, it's heresy is what we were told. You consorted with the Freeze, but you're one of the 4. Hey, he helped us. Him and the 4 helped us. We wouldn't have survived without him.
This is all true. Everything that you have said is true. I am of the Frost. I use the Frost. I saved you. I am a hero.
The man that you now realize who's been kind of leading this instigation is the one who you saw you using the Freeze. You recognize him from earlier that day. And he'll step forward and say, you. It is him. He is the reason that the Inquisition came down upon our town.
No, I am trying to stop the Inquisition.
Stop the Inquisition. Do you all hear this? He wants to stop the Inquisition. You know who'd want to stop the Inquisition? One who consorts with the Freeze.
Yes, I admit that I consort with the Freeze. Stop trying to use this as a point.
Just there are mixed messages in the crowd who are like, yeah, I mean, he did help us. He helped us, but he consorted with the Freeze. My family was killed because of the Freeze.
No, your family was killed because of the Inquisition.
But someone will step forward and say, but
the Inquisition is using the Freeze to kill people.
Murmur. They'll all start kind of chittering to one another. The guy who's leading this is going to say, no, that can't be. Queen Wendy herself has told us that the Freeze is the cause of all of our problems.
Your queen, my queen, has been corrupted.
That everyone is heresy. You are saying that the uncorruptible queen has been corrupted?
Yes.
How dare you?
It's going bad out there.
And you see that he pulls...
There are 5 people who are whispering in her ear about how bad everything is. But look around you. Imagine that the Inquisition was not around. Imagine that there were animals like this. And I'm going to reach down and I'm going to pet the Pang that's standing nearby. Imagine if we just fed them. If we just spread our food from border to border and we just tried to make sure that everybody was fed and happy.
The guy leading this will say, that is a wonderful ideal, but what of us? We need the food. We need to feed ourselves. What has happened now? He has come through and our town has burned. Our homes have burned. We don't have work.
I do not wield fire, you stupid asshole!
But you brought the Freeze. Before these heroes came, we had jobs. We had a livelihood. We were able to feed ourselves.
4 for 4! I call out behind me.
Oh my gosh.
So-
Nailed it. Something goes on outside.
So yeah, you all hear that resonate.
I get up.
Yeah, with expediency, we go to find those who
To the
fall.
door.
I have like French fries hanging out of my mouth as I run out, like an anime character.
Yeah, nice.
What do we see?
So you see a crowd that seems to be a bit agitated, and definitely one man standing, at the front of it, really kind of greased over, greased down.
Greased?
like brown hair. He's got definitely the farmer's cloak on, but he's kind of dolled it up a bit to be a little bit more nice looking, almost like a supervisor's like outfit, but he wouldn't be able to if he's just a worker to have one of those. And so you see that he kind of reaches behind him and pulls out this like little clipboard that's made of like a piece of wood that he's kind of fashioned himself, and he says, "Look here, I've written down all I've seen. This is damning evidence that they are the ones who started all this. And look, now his friends, the other so-called heroes, come. What are you going to do to us who are standing against you now? We know
striding forward.
that you consort with the Freeze, that you wish to take down the corrupted Queen Wendy."
Who knows this man? Who here knows who this man is?
I want to snatch his clipboard.
So he tries. Go ahead and give me a grace roll.
I'm gonna throw my hands up and turn around and walk away and say, "The three of you, they love you."
Is
I
it
will walk away.
nighttime still?
Yes, it's still evening time.
That's a 16.
19.
He got a natural 20. So you go to reach for it, and he just slips it away from your hand. It says, "See, they try to put us down."
We do not. We've saved what we could of your town.
Yeah, they did save us, but none of this happened until they came here.
I'm going to point at a random crowd person. Do you know this man? Answer Jules' question.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know this man. I mean, he's one of the workers. I mean, he's...
What's your name?
Mine?
No.
Oh. Mine?
Yours.
He says, well, my name is Gary. Gary. Yeah.
Gary what?
Yeah, Gary Watt.
That's a damn lie. I want to cast... Wait, not cast. How do I check motive in this game?
So you can go ahead and give me a intelligence check.
You can tell that somebody has played 3.5.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I did just take run, side note. That's my newest feat. So I can run 5 times my
God.
speed.
I also run with my feet.
Enough about feet, John.
Please.
I got a
John.
17. No. 14 plus 1 is 15.
Okay. Got an 8. So you see the clipboard in his hand. He's clearly a worker, not a supervisor. But looking at him and what he's doing, and you kind of catch a glimpse of the clipboard itself. A lot of doodles of you guys, a lot of words. You see the Freeze a lot, and you see there's like a word circle that says Secret Glade, and you see that he's a bit sweaty too. It's like he's trying to get everybody in the crowd on his side for some reason.
Okay.
And he says, well, then, those that wish to stay with these so-called heroes, you can. But me, myself, I need to go and feed my family.
There is plenty of food for everybody. I would like to make a charm roll to try to get everybody on our side.
This is after you stormed off, you turn around and
I
stay
turn
the
around
side.
and storm back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you don't even have to storm back,
And
you just yell
definitely-
from the distance.
And
I
you
like
definitely
it.
stand within 10 feet of me before you say anything.
Yes, of course.
Are there
Perfect.
assists in this? Like, could I be like if there should be a trial, then let
I
it
will
be
say-
held.
Yes, there is assist. You get advantage.
I already have advantage because I'm
Does he get triple advantage?
Just not get triple.
I'm trying to push for triple advantage every single
Every
session.
fucking session.
Well, one day I'll get it.
Nice.
So this is going to be a 19.
Okay, so the crowd. So you say that to the crowd, and they all kind of look at each other, and they look at him. One of them, old man Gary, will actually step out. And he'll
He's
say,
not dead. Thank God.
"It is a bit suspicious, everybody. We are told constantly of the deficiencies of food, but." Do you not all see the managers and supervisors grow fat?
Ooh.
I also have a drawing of them whipping people.
Yeah, fat people are bad.
And old man Gary will look and say, well, not exactly what I was going for, but
No. She is speaking the truth.
Absolutely.
there is a discrepancy. We work hard, and when I was young, my family worked hard as well, and all were fed.
Look at the people working here. They're not working their fingers to the bone. They seem healthy, and they're producing all their own food here in the Fry Forest.
It is simple, my friends. In this glade, my sister's glade.
Everybody starts, sister? Even old man Gary's like, your sister?
My sister's glade. Is it not better here?
They'll all look around. You'll see people working, but they seem happy. They're plowing.
They're working
the
at
front.
nighttime.
Yeah, they're picking the nighttime taters.
Enough of your nonsense.
They're midnight taters. I'm sorry, they're a special brand of taters.
How do you think people are served at Wendy's
Yeah.
after hours?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I take back everything I said.
It's a continuous thing.
Remember
My
that
bad.
Wendy's is open late.
I'm so
They
fucking sorry.
are
It's the Nightshade family.
nightshade that has shade right in it, which is dark, which is just like the night.
Ever heard of it?
And yes, she's heard of it because tomatoes are amongst that family.
Excuse me, tomatoes.
How am I getting the tomato? Like, when did I
Tomato.
talk about tomatoes?
Wasn't that what you raised?
So
Oh,
Caesar
vegetables?
salad. No, it was lettuce,
so
and
no
lettuce
tomatoes.
and stuff.
Well,
I thought
it
one
was
of the kids. I thought
it was all kinds of
I thought
vegetables.
Cruerton raised tomatoes.
It was vegetables.
There's vegetables on a burger.
All right, right.
It was just like general, like vegetable sundry.
Yep,
Let's
tomatoes
call the
and-
whole thing off.
The whole war.
Tomato, tomato. Potato, potato.
Very good.
All of the crowd starts seeming to nod and agree that this is better. They don't look beleaguered at all. They seem to be enjoying it.
Gary, I have understood that you are unhappy here. You seem to need, well, a supervisor's position. But we are all equal. I break the same fries with all of you. We brought food to the table and ate with you. If you are not happy here, there is no reason that you cannot leave. Any of you, you're not prisoners here in the glade.
You will now hear Old Lady Crinkle's voice say, "He speaks the truth. If you..."
If she comes up, I put my arm around her.
And as you go, you'll also hear, "I'm over here too. I'm all done. I brought the bag here, Elados."
Good. Thank you, Terrence.
He's holding a
Go put that in the dumpster.
Proper
please.
receptacle.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll go to the proper
All right.
receptacle.
Thank you, Terrence.
No, thank you. I mean, without the bag, this would have been a mess for sure.
Yes. Lady Knight Holsteena, I would like to point out that I tried to allow him to go, but you wanted to keep him, so...
So he'll go off to the dumpsters, and everybody stops what they're doing, watches that, and then you see like recognition in all the townspeople.
Oh my
like
God.
they know him. They are aware of Terrence. He's a presence in
He's
the
got
town.
horrible little hate. Oh no, that was.
So, Old Lady
you,
Crinkle
Terrence.
will say, "Yes, it is true. You all can leave if you wish." Everybody seems to be like, I want to stay. I want to stay. Except for Gary. Gary says, well, I can't see myself. And he'll start to like move away from the crowd, staying in a place that caters to heretics and those that consort with the freeze.
You can't see yourself because the mirror would probably break.
It
Burn.
And he looks over at you, and you just like kind of like shaking mad. He says, "Well, Old
Gary?
Lady Crinkle, how?"
Are you asking to leave the glade?
Yes,
Go ahead.
My
am.
sister, would you allow Gary to leave at this point? We will take him out ourselves.
No, hold on. Does anybody need to speak on this? Gary, just leave.
Yes, but he must go through the portal.
I can't just walk into the
Just
forest.
walk
You would condemn me to death then for not wanting to stay here?
Safety is my first priority. If you were to go into the forest, no one can guarantee your safety. But the portal, my sister can get you back to the village that you seem to so desperately want to return to. And the workers. And
The Inquisition? The supervisors.
and the supervisors that you so obviously worship. I would not want to keep you from them. Your happiness is important to us.
He says, well, that is great then. Yes, I would very much like to leave. He said, I don't want to stay here with this. And he just reaches down to the ground and kind of rips one of the French fries out of the ground with the little French fry roots and everything still intact. And he says, I don't want to be around whatever this is. So please,
Lady Crinkle,
let me leave.
come with us, Gary.
And so old Miss Crinkle will come with you, and she will say, all right, if you say, let us have him go back. Anybody who wants to can make me an intelligence check.
I
This
want
is
to
to
make you an intelligence
perceive.
check. Let's stand next to each other.
Let's stand next to each other. Yes.
As we're walking away.
This is definitely not a broken mechanic.
Nat 20.
I got an 11.
19.
7, I'm walking with my sister.
Okay, so those of you who got over a 15 will see that he, kind of takes his clipboard that he makes and just stuffs it into his jacket angrily. And then he kind of just, goes to fling his hand to the side with the little fry in his hand. And some dirt comes off and some grass falls to the ground. And then he just shoves both his hands into his jacket pocket. Those of you that got over 15 will notice that he puts the fry in his pocket.
Eyebrow conversation. Does that fucking matter?
No, okay, eyebrows. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Translation. This son of a gun is going to lead the Inquisition back here. If he has any, he's seen the smoke. If he's got a brain in his darn head, my right eyebrow goes up. And I'd say, he's bringing him to this location.
So we should pretend like we're taking him through a portal and kill him?
I hate
With eyebrows
that.
wiggling.
Yes,
Should
wiggle
we
those
kill him?
eyebrows. At the very least, we need to take all of his notes, and maybe Crinkle's magic can, erase his mind, blast his mind.
We could
with
just hit
harmful
him in the
radiation.
head. and
Out
give him
loud, I will
amnesia.
say, Cranston, move your ketchup eyebrows.
My friends, I apologize, but when the commotion began, I figured I would be not taken quite as seriously with them, so as you can see, again,
Oh.
I am without.
I wiggle my eyebrows and say, we understand. Cranston?
You are so sad.
Unfortunately, what do we do here? Let's where is he moving? He's moving.
I'm
So
walking.
he's-
He's walking with Lady Crinkle and me.
Yeah. Moving towards the portal that everybody came through, that's the only one that he knows about.
Yeah.
So he's walking that way. He's kind of
Okay.
storming that way.
We have to
My
stop.
friends, if I kill him, it will only speak to the things that he has said. This has to be one of you two.
Well, I don't particularly mind, but I thought we were not going to kill people. That's what we decided.
I don't want to.
Are
but
you all talking with an earshot of...
No, we're talking with
We're
no.
eyebrow talking.
Okay. I was going to ask for Old Lady Crinkle if she,
She
was
can't,
involved at
unless
all.
she speaks eyebrow.
Does she speak eyebrow?
Okay, I'm fast.
So,
I panic and I bolt over. I go. I have a French fry in my mouth.
Yes.
Like anime character, I'm running.
Okay,
running,
that
yes.
bit's
I'm
still
Naruto running.
yes.
Okay, and I approach and I catch up, and I say,
Jules, is something wrong?
I've already ran.
I'm
Where
here
are
with
you
Gary
going to?
and Lady Crinkle.
Oh, hello. How's it going?
Jules, is there something
This
wrong?
makes sense. I think we might have a problem here. This guy, Gary, he might be, listen. You put something in your pocket, Gary.
What do you mean? Yeah, I put my hands in my pocket.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm going to roughly reach into his pocket and pull out the French fry.
Says, oh, look what they're doing! They're accosting me! Is what he's gonna
no.
try and start to shout out.
Hey, bud, the crowd's turned. You're surrounded. You're in a bet. You gotta start playing ball.
and
Gary?
you see he starts sweating.
We have you far away from.
Why
the crowd.
didn't you eat that delicious fry? Why did you take it?
Yes, eat the fry, unless you are not hungry.
I took the Oh, would you look at this? There is a fry in my pocket. I don't know. It's just a fry. I thought I'd have a snack later. I'm sorry for being hungry.
And let's see those notes. Are there any note? And I'm going to be like, let's see those notes. We've got a whole crew now around him.
Yeah.
Even if he pulls his hand
And we
away,
will keep
can,
walking.
Yeah.
and we keep walking him away. Like, does he have any
I look
notes?
at Mim and I give her
we will
just a slight
frog.
nod.
So
Yeah.
Mim looks, and you'll see that Mim does actually move her eyebrows a little bit.
Oh.
You guys, cutting back in time, you guys used to come over to the Cranston household for dinner, and you would eyebrow talk to one another.
Aw.
And she...
Which was frustrating as hell for me.
Maybe that was
Because later
before
she would
the-
tell me
maybe
things,
you
and I'm like,
had-
we never talked about that.
This was something that we learned from your family.
It's called Frybrow.
Aw.
Oh, nice.
Yay.
Anywho, we are frog marching Gary.
And so, Mim
That's
will
a
look
thing.
and say, with her eyebrows, I understand. And she'll look down, and you'll see that Graylin is right there, and she does some eyebrow nods to Graylin, and Graylin also eyebrow nods back with these like bushy little green eyebrows, which you see effectively saying like, could you please go and see to the people? And you'll see Graylin, kind of lets out a little like, and you'll see that out of the forest, about a dozen pangs come out and just kind of like crowd around Graylin as they all go towards the crowd and begin like jumping around them and like kind of nudging everybody to go along towards the houses.
I'm gonna ask Mim if she can send a pang to kill this guy after he goes through the portal with my eyebrows. Outsourcing. Delegating.
And then, so Mim will look at you and say, she says, you all have been through enough.
That's a big ask. I rescind my ask. Yeah, that was too
If
big.
you wish, I can take care of this.
No.
No.
I'll tell you what. Look, friends, I say this all with my eyebrows.
Yeah.
Look, friends, they already think I am the worst thing that could happen to this land. I will do this. You go take care of the people.
We don't need the people to be aware of what happened.
Yeah, we could just go through the
to
portal
this
with him
guy.
and then kill him and then come back.
Honestly, like I don't like the
Yeah.
dishonesty that we're implementing here, but greater good
Right.
and all this.
Outweighs the life
I
of Gary.
would love it if Mim eyebrow talk.
What are you all doing with your eyebrows? I don't understand.
Don't worry
Shut
about
up.
it, bud.
It's a childish game. It annoyed me as well.
You will see that Old Lady Crinkle, Mim, looks over,
No, not.
and you, Elados, would be the only one that would probably catch this and understand it at all. She flashes her eyes at Gary, and you will see kind of a green glaze go over them very briefly, just enough to know that some kind of arcane working is going on. And you will feel the air around Gary kind of pulse for but a moment. You're the only one attuned to any kind of arcane to understand it. And you'll see Gary will go from being like, well, this is absurd, I don't know what everybody is. And he kind of stumbles a little bit. And you'll see that his, almost imperceptibly, his cheeks sink in just slightly.
Listen, my comrades, I will tell you that Cranston's sister can take care of this. Let us all walk away now.
We all walk away now.
Is there
Mim, are you okay? Are you sure?
She comes
I
up.
don't want to leave you with somebody that feels you've done something wrong and the
Cranston.
dangers that could come back.
No, she is fine. I promise.
She places her hand on your cheek, which is still probably her reaching up.
Oh, yeah.
And she says, Cranston, I have survived for a long time. Let me lead Mr. Gary out of here. I will take him back to his home. That's what you want, isn't it, Mr. Gary? To go back home so
That's
that you
what
may
he
work?
said.
He says, well, yes, that is what I... Yes, that is what I want. The fry's still in... And he, like, kind of opens his mouth to go bite at the fry, and she puts her hand on his and say, don't worry, we'll get you a meal when we get back. I'm sure there's something left. And she looks at all of you and says, please, go back in, eat some more fries, be amongst the people. And she will lead Gary over to the portal. And he will say, well, I'm glad that somebody recognizes my esteem and the position that I'm in to go back home and get back to work for the kingdom, for Wendy. Now, she's going to go towards the portal. Is anybody going to follow?
No?
At distance, I will. I'm not going in.
Okay.
But I'm not leaving. And if anyone asks, I can talk.
I'm having a serious crisis here. Like,
I mean, you could...
I mean, like, I want to find a way not to murder this guy. I really do.
The choices that we make, that we are making, will shape the future of Freshness.
Are you guys speaking or are you guys arguing?
At this point, I think we're talking.
We're talking now.
Yeah. I see the apprehension in my dear friend's face.
Can we justify this, or is
What?
this the beginning?
Justify
of a
what?
slippery
Returning a
slope?
man that doesn't want to be here? Of course we can.
Well, we're like super away from everybody.
He's not gonna make it back.
Look,
if
we
let
know
him
what's
go.
going to happen. She's going to kill him. And we must decide whether we are okay with this or not. We have killed many.
It feels different now.
And I will look down at the pang that is hanging out next to Jules.
Ah,
We have killed many. What is one more?
I can't look at it that way, but what I can say is, for Wendy,
We could take him prisoner with us and take him to Beyond the Wall.
no, we can't. If we take him with us and anyone were to find out, we wouldn't be trusted again.
No
we
matter
told him
what
he
we
can
are do,
return.
no matter what we do, we are the bad guys.
we could
No.
keep him here. We
If
could.
he-
we
no,
could,
we
could
cannot.
Force, yes, we can. He can't leave He can't leave here. He'll die in the forest.
Lady Knight,
He can go through the portal, and my sister can deal with him, and we do not have to worry. As long as she returns, he was returned to the village.
Lady Knight, you have been my moral accomplice for a long time. What do you think?
I don't think killing him is the right answer. I think that we have to find a way to change his mind, and for that we need time. And I don't think we can leave him in this glade.
We cannot imprison him in the glade. I cannot take the
But-
chance that he would injure my sister or anyone in the glade.
He may have information that could be useful.
So what are you suggesting? Jules, do you have any ideas?
If we stand here hoping to establish a new way, something outside of how things have been done in the
Something
past.
better.
Something better.
A return to the old way, but better.
But better, an improvement.
A new
If-
way.
If we return
It
and
must be better
show
here.
true transparency to the people, we might be able to trust. If we trust the commoners that they can handle the reality of the situation, that this man would betray them and expose the location of this glade, it might be enough. He might. Maybe everybody can change. Maybe there's hope for everyone.
If
So-
we do this, we must tell them and we must let them know that we found out, as I did just now.
True.
That this would be a situation that would be dire for the glade.
True honesty. We tell him his options. We tell the people the situation we find ourselves in. We let them weigh in on our decision.
A trial.
Instead of a trial. An opportunity
trial.
for everybody to participate in the decision making.
I would agree to a trial.
Rather than taking the lead and making the tough decisions on our own, we give it over to the people who are affected by our decisions.
Because the truth is, even if it's your sister who lays the final blow, it is our hands that directed her.
We will be complicit.
Very good. Mim!
So she's waving her hand towards the portal itself, and she stops and looks back.
Mim, bring Gary back to us.
He must stay.
And she'll look, and she'll start walking back. She will bring Gary. And Gary honestly has a bit of a glazed look over his head. He looks hungry. And he just kind of stumbles up, and he's a little out of it. She says, "What is it, brother?"
Gary must stand trial. The decision has to be by his peers. And we, the four, are not his peers. And sadly, my beautiful sister, neither are you. Gary, you will be returning to the glade to stand trial.
And that is where we will end tonight.
Yeah.
Democracy.
Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And if you have any feedback for us, please feel free to comment on our podcast or email us directly at ncrpproductions@gmail.com. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, our Seegson Employees of the Month, FS, Michael H., Michael P., and our Breaker of Seals, the Jones, Frank H., Christopher C., Matthew K., and the Lab. Trademarked. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it.